Hey, hey, how's it going? I um, I promised I would do another video this week. This is only my second, so I did one on Monday, I think. I wanted to crank another one out today. Let me get this mouse out of the way. Oh, you don't need that on my face. Because I'm going to Chicago tomorrow with the wife. It's our anniversary, so we're taking a long weekend to Chicago. She's never been. I've been 1,000 times. It seems like I used to work for Microsoft back in the day, and worked for several companies in in Chicago. And in fact, the last business trip I had taken prior to the one I took to Denver a couple weeks ago was to Chicago. I actually was at the Microsoft Aon building and before the world shut down, and that was my last trip for 2.5 years. That was my last trip. So, uh, catching we're going on a cruise, like a lunch cruise, I think, and we're actually kept catching a Cubs game. I am full disclosure. I'm not a huge baseball fan. I'm not opposed to baseball. I don't have time to watch 82 games or 162 games or something like that. But Wrigley Field is iconic, right? So we're gonna go catch a game. I think they're playing the Mets Saturday or Sunday. I can't recall. So looking forward to that. Not looking forward to flying again. That was a pain. So we'll have to get there 2 hours early. And plus, I had to put up my three dogs in a kennel. So, whew. What else are we doing? Oh, seeing the bean, stuff like that. Willis Tower, the standard Chicago stuff. So anyway, wanted to crank out another video real quick for you on Thursday. And what are we going to talk about now? By the way, I'm Patrick Kelley. I've been in the UCaaS industry for forever. Really, it's been forever. So, full disclosure, I do work for Zoom. I am a full-time employee of Zoom. I am not a figurehead for Zoom. I am not a spokesman for Zoom. I like to talk about technology, and a lot of times that involves Zoom. So all these things I'm about to tell you are just my belief and my belief only. I was talking to a coworker yesterday. Carrie and I were talking. Carrie Dick, if you know her, to give her a shout out. We were talking about what it takes to be a good presenter and what it takes to be a good solutions engineer or technical solutions professional or even a good salesperson. Is you're presenting a lot. If you haven't figured out, I do that for a living. I present a lot. And for a long time, I wasn't very good at it. For a long time, I stumbled and used filler words like and and I got better. I slowed down. And I got better by doing it 1,000 times. Have you ever read that book, Freakonomics? The 10,000 hour rule. It's a wonderful book. Read that. If you just read that section alone, you'll get the gist of the 10,000 hour rule. It's not just a song by what's his name? It starts with an M. Mackin. I can't remember. See, I didn't spend 10,000 hours learning music. I spent 10,000 hours presenting, and that's the only way you get good is you do it over and over and over, and you hone your craft, and that's what a lot of us are. Is we're presenters. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in and what vertical you're in. Presenting is a skill that is not bestowed upon you at birth. You have to hone your craft. You have to spend countless hours working at it and doing it. And you become a good presenter with feedback as well. Critical feedback sometimes. Hard to hear sometimes feedback. But how do you do that without having an entourage follow you around and watching all your videos and your presenter abilities? You need to hone your craft. And how do you do that? I'll tell you how you do it with Zoom. You do it with Zoom IQ. Zoom IQ. I'm going to go ahead and decrease the size of my video here. How about that? Slow down. Slow down is what I say to you. Slow down. Analyze what you just talked about. Analyze the meeting you had. Play back in your head what you said. How could you have said it differently? Maybe there's a word or a phrase that could have resonated more with how you said it in that meeting. Learn to be a good presenter with critical feedback. Zoom IQ is one of the latest offerings Zoom has that provides that critical feedback through AI. Through artificial intelligence, Zoom is giving you the ability to be constructive with your presenting skills. Be constructive during your meetings. This is a really cool idea. Especially it's really targeted right now for sales leaders, right? And you're generating revenue. If you're in sales, or you're a solutions engineer or a sales engineer, you're in sales. You're selling something. Whether it's an idea or a product or an application or yourself, you're selling. You're always selling. Always be selling. Is that right? No, it's always be closing. And how do you get better? You can record yourself and go back and watch your recordings, which I highly encourage you to do. And you can, but you're slanted. You have a biased view of how you present. What if we used AI to help you out? What if every Zoom meeting you could record and then use Zoom IQ to give you feedback on how you did? And that's exactly what Zoom IQ is. It's a built-in solution for sales leaders and sales engineers and salespeople in general to get feedback on how they're presenting. And it's really cool. And I'm not going to, the next video, I will present the demo that I'm talking about now. Today, I just want to go over the basic concept of what Zoom IQ is and why you utilize it. And here's a real quick, you can obviously look it up if you want to, but Zoom IQ is built into the platform using AI. Again, Zoom is doing something that no one else really is doing is we're incorporating everything into one application with one experience from one provider. That's the goal, right, of Zoom, is to be that single UCaaS provider is really what Zoom's trying to do, it looks like here with Zoom IQ. And here's a quick, obviously this is just a web page. This is not a demo. I'll demo it later, as I said. But how amazing would it be to record every single Zoom call that you have with a customer, vendor, or partner, even internal colleagues and coworkers, to get feedback on how your message landed, how your delivery resonated with the individuals in your meeting. Zoom IQ is built on that premise. And you can even see right here, you even get the ability to have actionable feedback with every meeting. You can quickly identify areas of improvement. You really get post-meeting analysis, even with transcription highlights built into your meeting to show you where you succeeded and where you have opportunity to get better. Notice I didn't say fail. We're not failing here. We have to just try again. So what this gives you is the ability to then immediately see how you did during that meeting. How many filler words did you have during that meeting? How much time did you spend on slides during the meeting? Did you mention next steps during your meeting? Did you go on a long tirade, a long rant? And how long was that rant? Or spiel, as they might say. Soapbox, as they might say. Zoom IQ is that tool. It's super cool. It's part of the Zoom platform, and certainly a really, really intriguing way to get immediate feedback on how you did during a meeting. Because sometimes people in general want to be nice, right? And you are during a meeting, you might say, "Hey, how'd that meeting go? How did I look? And how did I sound?" And they're like, "Oh man, you sounded great." Maybe they don't. Maybe you didn't sound great. They're just being nice. AI doesn't have feelings and emotions. It's going to tell you exactly how to really seize the opportunity. Use analytics with interactions and competition and customer sentiment to identify sales opportunities during your meeting. I'm really excited about Zoom IQ. I have obviously a little experience with sales. I have a little experience with presenting, but you can always get better. I always strive to get better. It's like the Tiger Woods or the Larry Birds, Michael Jordans or Kobe Bryant's. A lot of sports analogies, I get it. they were physically gifted, obviously, with the ability to do what they did at a high level, a world-class level. But they honed those skills every single day, all day long, beyond what others were doing. That's what made them better. That's what's going to make you better. That's why I think I've become better, is because I saw other people presenting, and I saw how they did it, and I saw how it was resonating with me. And I didn't have a cool tool like Zoom IQ to tell me. I had to learn the hard way. But I wish I would have had this to provide that feedback, that immediate feedback. So really, check out Zoom IQ. We're going to do some demos in next week on exactly how it works and how you can utilize this in your enterprise. So good luck. I'm off to Chicago, and I will talk to you soon.